They say blood is thicker than water, but what happens when that blood feels like poison in your veins? You're told family is forever, that no matter what happens, you stay, you forgive, you endure. So when you choose distance, it doesn't just feel like a decision, it feels like a betrayal. From the outside, you look cold, ungrateful, dramatic. But inside it feels like survival. Because what others see as just a disagreement often feels to you like standing next to a volcano that never stops rumbling. The pressure builds quietly. The ground shakes in subtle ways. And one day you realize you can't live there anymore. So what really pushes you to walk away from the very people who raised you?
You didn't wake up one day and decide to cut contact. It was slower than that. It was the small comments, the silent treatments, the constant guilt, the way your feelings were minimized. This is what psychologists call microtrauma, tiny emotional cuts that don't bleed but never quite heal. On their own, they seem small. Together, they erode you like water carving a canyon through stone. Maybe you kept hoping it would change. Maybe you stayed in the hope cycle, that painful loop where you get hurt, they apologize, you believe them, and then it happens again. Hope can feel beautiful, but in this context, hope becomes an empty well. You keep lowering the bucket, believing there must be water at the bottom, but it keeps coming back dry. And each time, something inside you cracks a little more. So why is it so hard to leave? Because love and pain can get tangled together. You might have experienced trauma bonding, when intense emotional highs and lows create a powerful attachment. The same person who hurts you is also the person who comforts you. Your nervous system gets confused. Relief feels like love. Chaos feels like connection. It's not weakness, it's wiring. If you grew up with emotional neglect, where your feelings were dismissed or ignored, you learned to shrink yourself, to stay quiet, to keep the peace. You became the calm surface of a lake while storms churned underneath. From the outside, you seemed fine. Inside, sediment was settling at the bottom of your river, resentment, grief, exhaustion. In one day, that river stops flowing toward them. Not out of hate, out of self-preservation. But here's the question that haunts you. Are you protecting yourself, or are you abandoning them?
Other people might say, but they're your parents. They did their best. Family is everything. They see a phone that isn't answered, a holiday seat left empty, a story told from one side. They don't see the panic attacks, the sleepless nights, the way your body tenses at a single text message. To them, it's distance. To you, it's oxygen. Distance is not revenge. It's not cruelty. It's a boundary, a fire break in a forest that has burned too many times. And boundaries feel harsh to those who benefited from your lack of them. But here's the deeper truth. Cutting contact isn't about punishing them. It's about finally choosing you. Even when it's necessary, it still hurts. You grieve the family you had, but even more, you grieve the family you wished you had. That grief can feel like a lava under your skin, hot, heavy, impossible to ignore. You might question yourself at 2 a.m. You might replay conversations. You might wonder if you overreacted. That doubt is normal. That sadness is normal. Because you didn't just lose people. You lost the hope of what they could have been. And yet, something else begins to happen. When you step away from constant emotional stress, your nervous system starts to calm. Your thoughts become clearer. You begin to hear your own voice again. Not the one shaped by criticism, but the one that feels steady and true. It's quiet at first, but it's yours.
Cutting off contact doesn't mean you're heartless. It means you reached your limit. It means you recognized patterns that weren't changing. It means you chose long-term peace over short-term comfort. It means you stopped drinking from an empty well. And maybe one day, circumstances change. Maybe they don't. But what matters most is this. You are allowed to protect your mental and emotional safety. You are allowed to outgrow environments that once defined you. You are allowed to choose distance without carrying shame like a stone in your pocket. Your healing may not be loud, it may not be understood, but it is valid. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop knocking on a door that never truly opened. If this resonated with you, if you've wrestled with this quiet, complicated kind of grief, share your thoughts in the comments. You don't have to tell your whole story, just know you're not alone in it. And if you want more conversations like this, honest, deep, and compassionate, consider subscribing. Because your story deserves space, and your healing deserves light.